So Bimmer Post, I'm sweating buckets here in Austin. I've just jumped in my second car, rigged all the cameras up. I'm in a 340i, okay? Now bear with me, there's a lot of M Performance parts on this car, starting with what's directly in front of me, the steering wheel. It's got a G meter and shift lights. It's also got a lap timer in the car, and I think a 0 to 60 timer as well, which is quite cool. It's got wheels that are part of the M Performance parts. It's got brakes, upgraded front brakes that are part of the M Performance parts. It's got also, very importantly and relevant for us as we're on a racetrack, limited slip. It's not a variable M diff like you would get in a full M car, but it is a proper limited slip differential. It's not just brake base, it is a mechanical locking LSD. That is something to rejoice. So that's an M Performance part. Oh, I'm just having to readjust my expectations a little bit here. I just jumped out of the M2 and I'm entering at M2 levels of aggression and commitment. Unfortunately, these seats aren't quite as tight and I'm having to brace myself a little bit. You can see my torso moving around a little bit. Oh, nice rotation on the power though. Like that. Okay, I'm just trying to crank up the side bolster setting, pump them up to max. Okay, they're a little bit better. Braking hard for the WeatherTech corner. I don't know if it's actually called the WeatherTech corner, but that's my braking reference, so that's what I'll call it from now on. I do like that rotation on the power, and you do get that with an LSD. It's something that encourages power oversteer. Now, have I really looked at that shift light or the G meter on the steering wheel? You know, it's cool, but I'm driving here on a track and my eyes are up looking at the track, looking at my reference markers. I don't think I'm really looking at that. It's a little too close. Okay, the stability control just shut down the fun here. Yep, turn the DSC off. I didn't really feel the need to turn it off in the M2 or the M3 and 4s. On this car, I find the trimming is a little bit more intrusive. There you go. That's how I like to drive. A bit more oversteer. Oh, actually, this car handles really well on the power. The way it moves around is very balletic, very friendly. Oh, what we haven't talked about is it's got a beautiful front lower spoiler. It's got a rear spoiler and a rear diffuser. And again, just like in the M2 and the M3, BMW does not make any aerodynamic or performance claims with these parts. But the fact that I think you should always do them all together and not just one, not the other, tells you that they do have an aerodynamic benefit, and they did test them in the wind tunnel. So there is data there. They're not saying that it goes any faster or does any more downforce, or I would just call it aerodynamically neutral. So you can put these parts on without worrying about losing aerodynamics in your finely tuned BMW automobile. Oh, and there is a power and sound kit. I believe it's 35 horsepower and 39 torque. It's a different kind of driving experience. It's definitely more road biased, this car, but it has no trouble on a track. It still feels supremely balanced, supremely exciting. All right, cool down lap. Oh, did I mention the shift knob? It does have an M Performance Parts shift knob and handbrake lever. They're quite nice. It's a kind of pistol grip kind of shift knob. I prefer a more spherical one, to be honest. It does look like a high quality item though. Oh, by the way, the wing mirrors, if you've noticed, the mirrors are an M3 retrofit. So if you're looking for a better look for your 3 Series, you could get these as a retrofit. I love how easy it is to light up the tires with this and performance differential. It's a 30% locking diff. It's not quite as fancy as the M diff, but certainly gets the job done. It's very predictable, it's very progressive. This car is kind of like the Miata of the lineup here. Less serious, but no shortage of entertainment, no shortage of laughs. This is a real surprise for me. I kind of jumped in thinking, you know, we'll do what I need to, cover the parts, but didn't expect to have this much fun in it. So I don't scare the next person. I'm gonna turn DSC back to MDM mode. So put the safety net back on for the next driver. May not be quite as rambunctious as I am. So thanks, Member Post. I'm gonna jump in the next car. We'll see you very shortly.